in Texas, you don't have to have a license to be a roofer or contractor. And I hope everybody in the room knows this, because in Mississippi and in Louisiana and Florida, other Gulf Coast states, they have licensing for roofers and contractors. The reason why we don't here is because we already have, quote, excessive overregulation, and we don't want to tie the hands of the industry. I saw a flyer from another roofer. It says something like, we work with insurance companies for you, and we negotiate with them to represent you with them, or something like that, right? The only problem is that's against the law. People in the audience know that roofers in Texas are not allowed to negotiate or deal with insurance companies on your behalf. My theory on finding a contractor or a roofer is pretty simple. It's like, we got to be like Detective Columbo, and we got to stick a microscope up their rear end. And we got to know who they are, and we got to figure out everything about them. And we got to dig deep, and we can do that on Google with publicdata.com. And once we know who they are and where they're from, we start to get a picture of their life. There's a bunch of lawsuits show up on publicdata.com, and you can learn if they're real or if they're just fly-by-nighters, you know, by Googling and asking these questions of them too when they come to you and want to get your business. So we have this tool now that really is the great consumer protector, in that with just a couple of buttons, you can now film anybody, record anybody, or take pictures of anybody. So if a roofer's coming to my house now, I'm taking pictures of his truck, his license plate, I'm taking pictures of the crew boss's ID, I'm taking pictures of the side of the truck, I'm taking pictures of them working. I'm making a record of this happening. Because one thing I've noticed in life is people say that stuff that happened didn't happen. And you have a phone in your pocket and you forgot to use it. So you should use it all the time and just keep a record of everybody you talk to. Verbal promises are worthless, everything in writing, because people are always telling me sad stories about how they were told something, but if they didn't have it on tape on their phone, they didn't have it in writing. Excuse me, but you're telling me something that's new. I'm going to tape this conversation right now. Texas Department of Insurance has some power, not a lot of power, but it has some power. And anytime an insurance company looks at you crooked, you go, I'm not going to argue with you. And you go to tditexas.gov and you file a complaint at what I call the slightest annoyance. And then the TDI people start to call the insurance company on your behalf and say, what is the deal here? Show us the contract. And what's good about that is if there's any loophole that yours should be protected, TDI will tell the insurance company, stop doing it, and you get your money, you get the call, you get it, whatever it is you want. Congratulations, you are now citizens of Watchdog Nation. Thank you.